up, everybody? Welcome out to our 6 o'clock live stream. Hopefully, we're working. Everything's good. We sound good. Let me know in chat right off the bat so this way we can get going. I hope you are all enjoying your holiday weekend. If you're in the States and if you're elsewhere, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Not sure how many people we're going to have tonight because it is a holiday weekend in the United States, even though I would say 50% of our viewers are from other countries. So,
Do they have?
it's all good. I have no problems with that.
Do they have Labor Days? Not Labor Day like our Labor Day, but do they have something similar like in Britain or
Maybe,
different parts of Europe?
maybe. I don't know. But thank you for hanging with us. And I just want to say thank you for any of you folks that hung out with me on Wednesday night. I truly appreciated it. I think that's something that I might do going forward because I totally enjoyed it. And it was really cool to hang out with everybody and just kind of get into it. Sarah, firing off the $5 super chats right off the bat. Much
Sarah.
appreciated. But yeah, thank you for hanging. On Wednesday night, I definitely enjoyed it. That's something I think I'm going to keep doing going forward. And you could join me if you want remotely, if you get done earlier or whatever. I know you're working on Wednesdays.
I've been killer busy.
Yeah, dude, Justin's on fire right now.
Yeah. All I can think is that it's the end of the summer, and everybody that wanted to get tattooed in the warm weather,
Probably.
all my regular guys that wanted to get tattooed that know not to get tattooed in the summer.
So wait a minute. Sarah just said, "Hey guys, I'm out on a date at a Skull and Bone Museum. Won't be able to chat, but still wanted to say hello." You are a trooper, dude. If you have not been crowned the OG of the Triple OG followers yet, you definitely should be.
I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but I've just felt this swell of protective.
Right? Like you're a
Instinct.
little sister now.
Yeah, like what's my little
Anybody
sister
messes
doing?
with Sarah,
Yeah.
you're done. We're
Don't
driving.
make us come to Canada.
We're driving to the world of the Trailer Park Boys and gonna start thumping.
Could you get into Canada?
Can I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any felonies. I'm good. We got a couple different topics for this evening. One of them actually involves one of our listeners, and the other is the tattoo removal that I posted on the thumbnail. So we'll save that for a little bit. We'll make sure everybody gets in before we get into that.
I got funny removal stories.
Yeah. So I've never had a tattoo removed, but we'll get into that. For me, on the plate right now, I'm trying to finish up editing the Richie Fye interview that I did. I traveled out to Queens to interview Richie Fye. Richie Fye, for those of you that don't know, is the gentleman that put together the sit down with Ronnie Delacqua, Richie Montgomery, Pete Quinto. I'm trying to think who else. Mike Perfetto, Tony Polito, and Mike Schwaggart. Mike Schwaggart was the MC for that occasion, and I just happen to be interviewing Mike Schwaggart tomorrow. So I think I've hit the trifecta, except for no. I actually said this morning. I need to get Richie Montgomery and Perfetto interviewed. And then I'll have the whole sit-down crew.
The whole round table?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because, obviously I can't interview Pete Quinto or Tony Polito, but I know Perfetto said that he was definitely interested in doing it. I did kind of like, come on, man, I know you want to do it. And he agreed, but we'll see what happens. A lot of cool stuff going on. Let's take care of this before I forget about it, because I did forget last week, and I think I covered it on Wednesday night, but Frankie Scorpion is doing her all-female tattoo convention down in Florida again. She actually had a really good turnout last year, so she's doing it again, October 10th through 12th. And then, God bless you, the next one is Heritage Tattoo Convention in Roanoke, Virginia. Those guys were nice enough to offer me a booth to come on down and hang out. I'm trying to work out the details of that, so I might be able to make that. I'm not sure. I go for vacation like the week after. So money's going to be a little tight to do that. But if I could pull it off, I'm going to pull it off. And I tried to tell him that I would give him a yes or no, like this weekend. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm trying to. Let's just put it that way.
I think the Meadowlands convention is next weekend.
We could look it up.
And there's a Cherry Hill tattoo convention.
Yeah, yeah. So Hector Martinez, who I interviewed way back at the beginning of this channel, he has Gray Wash down in Camden. He does really well at that show because he does really good black and gray cholo tattoos. But he really likes that show. That's probably one of the only ones he goes to. I think he might have went to Wildwood this year though. But from what I saw, he actually shut his shop down. Didn't say why. I know there were some questions about some of the artists and stuff like that, but didn't get into it. Didn't want to get into it. It's not really any of my business. For those of you that don't know, I do have a TikTok for Tattoos in Review, and I started it a while ago, and I got away from posting on there because I really couldn't do anything. No matter what I did, I could not get any traction. I decided to go back to doing it, and right now my little TikTok channel is blowing up. So if you have TikTok, Tattoos in Review on TikTok, check it out.
My social media is going crazy.
You are, dude. Well, Justin has somebody that's actually working on his social media for him. Your Facebook and your Instagram are blowing up, and you also have a TikTok, correct?
Yeah.
So what's your TikTok?
Enzo Tattoo.
Okay. So there you go, folks. If you have TikTok, go ahead and check out both Tattoos in Review and Ensville Tattoo.
So I was recently presented not with a dilemma, but I've been on here and I've talked a lot of shit about oversaturation and apprenticeships, and then in the way of things in tattooing, my friend Corey, who I've known for 25 years, who I've been tattooing for 25 years, was like, my daughter wants to learn to tattoo. And then, I had to make a decision about the ethics of that. Not somebody coming in off the street with an Amazon machine and, some fake skin, but somebody who, I haven't known Kelly since she was a little kid, because for the first couple of years, Corey was just a client of mine.
Right.
But I must have met her in junior high school.
Right.
But it was like it reminds me of something that Mike Swaggart actually said to me one time about he wasn't anti-apprenticeships, but he felt that there needed to be more vetting.
Yeah, being more choosy about who you're doing an apprenticeship, not just anybody that walks in.
Yeah, so he had a guy who's been tattooing for him now for probably 15 years. I think Richie Hall, who started out there as a counter guy, was the counter guy for a while.
Right, he earned his keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after being the counter guy and getting to know everybody and getting along with everybody, then he approached. Have you seen the TikTok of the guy with the blue on his arm, and he's actually taking?
Oh yeah. The one you and I were talking about, and then I actually did see it. He just bought a machine and he's just randomly just scribbling
his arm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that, man. By the way, our moderator Nikki is on top of things, and she said that Meadowlands September 5th through 7th, so that is next weekend, and then Cherry Hill is September 12th through 14th, so the next 2 weekends.
So Bieber Duck made a good point in his little sarcastic.
Yep.
What do they call them? Reel?
Yeah.
Where he said, "Well, I guess we were wrong for trying to keep tattoo machines out of the hands of amateurs." And he's saying it in the corner of the reel where the dude is just
hammering his arm.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, dude.
Do you remember a kid? Do you remember a kid a couple months ago, maybe 6 months ago? He did a whole reel where he bought a machine and he was just covering himself with black ink while laughing maniacally?
No, but you know what? You actually made me think about it, and I wouldn't normally look on my phone because I think that's rude when you're talking to somebody. But let me see if I can find it.
So there was a reel while Buck's looking on his phone. It was like I'm gonna say a teenager, and he like he starts it with like this like manic. He's got the machine and the ink, and then he's like you just see him like doodling on himself and making like a TikTok reel, permanently marking himself.
Yeah, so the guy, so Tobias from Albanock Metals actually sent it to me. He brought it up in chat, and then after the show ended, he sent it to me. And the guy's name is Rixard Tattoo, and he does like all kinds of crazy shit. Like the one is this. I think it's him. I would hope it's him. I hope that nobody decided that it was okay to do this. He's laying on the floor and he has like a tattoo machine tied to a string that's like on top of a ladder, and it's just like swinging like a pendulum, and it's just like tattooing his chest. And the dude he's all about making crazy reels like that. So you know what? Maybe next week I'll try to see if I can get that on, and we'll try
Talk
to
a little bit about that. Yeah.
we'll try to get into that next week because that's Drag just said, I'm glad I don't have TikTok. Yeah, I was one of those people too, Drag, but you know what? I need to do everything I can in order to promote this channel and get this thing rolling. And to be fair, it's actually so far so good. I mean, look, like I said before, it was not a very good experience for me. But
do you ever look at TikTok?
So I started to a little bit now that I've been posting in the mornings to try to, like other people's stuff, maybe people that are following me. That's the other thing is people are starting to add me or follow me, and I don't want to follow too many people back right away because I know that's one of the things that sets off TikTok that makes it look like you're a bot. I think that's what might have happened to me before, and that's why I kind of got shadow banned because for the longest time I couldn't follow anybody. Nobody could follow. Like it would say somebody followed you and my number wouldn't change. There was all kinds of weird stuff going on, but
So I think that TikTok has a special kind of black magic about it. Because I am an Instagram reel guy.
it's brain rot, dude.
No. What I mean is that Instagram reels will take anywhere from 15 minutes to a half hour for me, right? But TikTok will take hours.
Yeah, because it's just it's just
But
mindless,
But on the surface, there's no difference between Instagram reels and TikTok. But TikTok has this quality that makes it like, I don't know, man. It's dangerous. I know I'm late to that party. I know people have been saying that for years, but I finally understand.
Drag said I'm working, making art, no time for wasting on social media. I agree, dude.
Drag
you
in
know what?
America, we have to. We have to.
I would have to say that had I not been doing my due diligence on trying to get my channel up and running on YouTube, I probably wouldn't even be taking part in it. But it's just one of those things. Anyway, we got a bunch of people in chat hanging out with us tonight. We'll say hello to everybody here in a minute.
Can we do this coming down the spiral staircase?
Sure. Before we get into the main topic of the evening, I have a surprise for you all that I wanted to share. I think he may have actually brought this up during one of our live streams, but we have a surprise for you all. Nope, wrong one. Share this tab instead.
I got to say the tech is amazing. I just sit over here and look at the laptop. It looks pretty complicated.
Ephemeral Remy talked about Fat Cracker's face tattoos.
So this one says, 2 big cats in stereo on my face. Cheers, flash face.
That saying in stereo isn't going to make sense to anyone very soon.
I don't even know if it does make sense to the younger generation.
Yeah, I know what
it
it means, but like most people aren't going to.
If we asked Ivan,
I'm not going to know what
when we see him
of course
tomorrow,
not. No.
he'll probably be like, "Meh."
Well, no, they won't have any concept. It's like there's all kinds of phrases like that just don't make sense anymore, and only did for a very limited amount of time. Like the idea of having a car phone, it's like,
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? A car phone? You mean a cell phone? No. It's just like there's so many of those things that they were only valid for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I think that the laser away tattoo is worth
Stereo?
mentioning right away.
Yeah,
That's
well,
fucking
we'll get
hilarious.
Yeah.
I like how
That
it
looks
is pretty
older
funny.
too. Like ironically, it looks like it's being lasered away. Right.
Maybe that was the point.
I don't think so. I think it was probably done quite a while ago. I think the little tattoo hand on the machine is great too.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, the coil machine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that looks older too, but it's held up decently. I don't think it's old. I don't think it's new. I just have an idea that it's older. Mm-hmm. And being that he's an older guy, I would not assume that getting a job is going to be difficult. Usually, if you're an old person getting a tattoo, like an older person getting a tattoo like this, especially because he already has face tattoos, I'm going to assume with the tattoo machine on his cheek, he's probably a tattoo artist himself.
Yeah, probably.
That would be my guess.
That's usually tattoo artists and cooks, and like.
So there you go, dude. There is our one and only Fat Cracker. He's now a celebrity. He's starring in videos for pop stars and being covered by Ephemeral Remy. So,
Do you think one has to do with the other?
what?
Do you think the exposure from one led to the other?
No, man. Actually, apparently, Fat Cracker did this a while ago. Remy did this a while ago. So Fat Cracker just said, want to talk to the Tattoo Mania people here in LA yesterday about my tattoo history tours. I parked my car right in front of the Laser Away shop. It's right down the block from 2 historic shops. There you go, man. Yeah, so there you go. We got our own superstar hanging out with us in chat every weekend, which is amazing. But so Fat Cracker said that that red hat dude, I don't remember his name. He asked Fat Cracker to be in another video.
Nice.
So there you go, dude. He's hitting mainstream, man. Good for you, bro. What's up? You look like you got something you want to talk about.
No, I'm no.
No, not yet. Anyway, so there you go. I wanted to make sure I showed you all that tonight. Red Leather is the guy's name. There you go. I couldn't think of his name. I've actually seen that guy before. You did the first video.
Is he the dude with the shit on his hat?
Yeah, he looks like the chandelier. He's got the chandelier balls hanging. Yeah, that dude. I mean, I get it. Like he doesn't want to be seen. I would get. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, dude. Like, think about this, man. Because I watch a lot of YouTubers and I see how they get approached on the street. And they're YouTubers, right? They're not like mega superstars. Do you imagine what it would be like to try to go grocery shopping and you're Tom Cruise? Not that he would go grocery shopping. He has people to do that for him. But, okay, let me back that up. If you're Taylor Swift and all you want to do is go to a restaurant to go get food.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be like a whole FBI coordinated thing to make sure you don't get.
No, you just what do you call it?
She literally.
You empty the restaurant.
She went to a wedding on LBI. Somebody that she knew in real life because she's from PA. And she went to a wedding. I think this was last summer. And they had to shut the wedding down because people were trying to like mob the wedding, just because she was there as a guest.
But it's weird, like, so take like an Adam Sandler or a Keanu Reeves.
Pushing.
Oh,
You
keep pushing it with my belly. They seem to handle it pretty well, right? They say Sandler walks around the city.
So I think that there's people out there that handle it. I'm not talking about handling it because I think that there's always going to be people like Keanu Reeves is notoriously one of those guys that handles it very well. He's got to be one of the most down to earth type of people out there. But then there's other people that are like complete asshats that I don't want you get away from me. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about that per se. I'm just talking about like having the ability to go and just go out
Yeah, you probably
and
have
not
to,
be harassed.
You probably have to hire people to manage that stuff for you, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, like it's weird because I see some of these very well known, heavily, followed YouTubers, and they'll be in like Spain, which is the one guy Spaniard that I was watching was in Rome. He was going to check out the whole Vatican and all that, and got stopped like 5 times on the way there, which is like he's from Australia. It's not his country. He was just like floored that people were like, "Hey, hey, hey, hey," and they barely even spoke English. So I don't know. I
So
don't know
there's
why I went that route rude, but
There's a super interesting story about Marilyn Monroe. She hung out with a journalist, a female journalist, for a weekend, and they were in New York City, and they were just walking around, eating, having dinner, being in New York for the weekend. And then one night, towards the end of their weekend or whatever, Marilyn Monroe says, "Do you want to see me become Marilyn Monroe?" So she's been walking around anonymously through New York City for 2 days now.
Mhm.
That's the way the story goes. And then she did the thing. Like, she turned it on and she became Marilyn Monroe. And suddenly she couldn't walk down the block. Like, she became suddenly visible. And
so
Yeah.
I saw that with my own 2 eyes. Now
With who?
so I was doing sound for Jim Brewer, the comedian,
Right, the metal comedian.
and
Slayer.
man, like he was totally like himself, chill. If you were just hanging out,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden, if people started to gather around, it would like he would like flip this switch. And I never asked him about it, but I kind of got the impression it was like he felt like he had to be that person.
Right, yeah.
Which that sucks, dude. That you can't live your life the way you want to live your life. But I get it. I mean, I kind of guess that goes with the territory of being famous, right? Just like the people that understand that you get tattooed heavily, you're going to be looked at different. It's the same thing. You know what you're getting into the day you get into it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And the Jim Brewer Slayer bit.
AC/DC.
No, he's the one that did the thing about the Slayer fans.
I don't know.
Oh, you have to watch it.
Fat Cracker said
Bring out the Slayer fans.
it's corny, but it hit 6.5 million. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like I'm not putting any front on, dude. Like that dude is getting it and doing what he's got to do, man. And I get it. I'm saying that he does the whole don't want to show my face thing in order to have some kind of life of anonymity.
Or is that a shtick?
I don't think it is, man, because like the dude, I know you're gonna laugh, but the guy Marshmallow, he's a famous DJ that wears this giant white marshmallow on his head that has like the
with
black
the two
face,
eyes?
like
Yeah.
the black eyes and mouth. So they think that they know who he was, or who he is, I should say, because he's still around. They're saying that he was like a failed DJ. He did okay, but then like it turned into this thing and it blew up, and now they're saying it actually allows him. It's like a conglomerate now. It's not even necessarily one person.
Right. Like how they say Banksy
Yeah.
is potentially
Or,
more than one artist.
What was the famous comedian back in the day that used to smash the watermelons? Gallagher.
Gallagher.
They said that his brother would do shows for him because they looked exactly alike, so they could cover more territory. And that was pre-internet days, so you could do that. Like now, you couldn't do that because somebody would be like, "Hey, look, I'm hanging out at Gallagher," doing like selfies and that. And then little Sue from Portland, Oregon's like, "Hey, look, I'm checking out bike nerds who take care of you. Hey, I'm hanging out with Gallagher. Look." And then they would be like, "Wait a minute, dude. How's he in the same place at the same time?"
Two different places.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Did you ever see?
I'm so confused. I had myself confused.
Did you ever see the stuff about Andy Kaufman and his alter ego?
Mm.
The sleazy, like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, wasn't there some kind of conspiracy with him too, where they thought he really was somebody else? I don't remember, dude. I remember seeing a whole documentary about that, though. Anyway, we got way off track with.
And there's also a theory now that there was more than one Son of Sam. When you talk about like collective effort, more than one person kind of putting effort into the same thing.
Yeah. Well,
I just tried to take it a dark turn. I was just trying to be funny.
believe it or not, that's actually not Son of Sam, but one of New York City's other notorious life enders is going to be covered in the Richie Fye thing, because Tony Polito actually did a chest piece for Crazy Sal Salerno.
Can you not say?
I don't know. I'm trying to not. Who knows, man? I figured it's easier just to say walk around it without.
Right.
I'd rather
I-
worry about it later. And
I ever tell you about working in the head shop in Florida?
no.
So in Florida, you could buy drug paraphernalia.
Well, you're not allowed to say that word, but
Okay. For sure, you're not allowed to say that word.
I don't think so. Go
But
ahead.
anyways,
You
there was
already said it.
there was a list of words that you could not use while in the store.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like the act of actually buying the stuff was fine,
Right.
perfectly legal.
Yeah, man. When I used to go get stuff, they would be like, "No, they're for tobacco use."
No, I
Like,
mean
if you
even
said the other word, they would kick you out of the shop.
yeah, it was a law.
And the irony of that now is that I just went to Columbus Flea Market yesterday, and those guys that used to back in the day have all the stuff behind the counter, behind their little cubby hole.
It's all out
It's
now.
just now out in the open.
There's
There's
Jersey.
no hiding it because now it's legal.
Yeah.
Anyway, good to see you, Chris. Thanks for hanging out. We'll say hello to everybody in a minute, but I just saw
Coming
Chris.
down the spiral
Chris just said
staircase.
that he was late and he was here. So let's get into the topic of the evening, since we already wasted a half hour of
We
everybody's
didn't waste
time.
a half hour. We
Uh,
love talking about this stuff.
yeah, we ramble about some crazy shit sometimes. I actually enjoy it because then it gives me free form to talk about other stuff. My whole life does not revolve around tattooing. Okay, main topic of the evening. So let's go ahead and just go right to this page. Man documents tattoo removal after divorce led him to cover 95% of his body in ink. Felt like a circus attraction. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this guy before, but I've definitely seen this guy. Well, it's the same person. This gentleman is from Brazil, and at one point he was considered to be Brazil's most tattooed man. A man once known for having the most tattoos in Brazil is revealing his jaw-dropping transformation after having multiple surgeries to remove the ink. After getting his first tattoo at the age of 13, Leonardo de Souza from Beige, I'm not sure, a city in this, somebody's going to call me out and be like, you don't know how to pronounce nothing, because, whatever. A city in the state of Rio Grande do Sul went on to cover
It's a great song.
95% of his body in ink. His obsession with body modifications led him to being officially crowned the most tattooed man in the nation of Santa Rosa International Tattoo Expo in 2023. The 36-year-old photographer once claimed his appearance made finding work difficult and that he had to live in a shelter for a while. Since converting to evangelical Christianity around 2 years ago, Souza fell out of love with his tattoos and has been documenting the painful removal process on Instagram. So apparently this guy's Instagram is blowing up because of this. I didn't feel good. It didn't suit me anymore, Souza told Globe on his decision to remove his tattoos. It was a world of excess, which no longer did me any good. There came a time when I felt like a circus attraction. I will have to say, though, I mean, look, we just talked about this, right? Like, there's a difference between getting tattooed, and then there's a difference between getting tattooed like that cat. Like, you had to know that you were going to look like, people were going to treat you like a circus attraction. When you start to get tattooed like that, you're on a whole new level, dude. That's a whole new level of commitment.
So I'm a little reluctant to say what's too far or what's not too far.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean,
No, because there were people that would say that you're too far.
for sure,
People that would
absolutely,
say that I'm too far.
absolutely.
But I do see some people on like social media. I mean, I recently saw a woman whose her head, arms, most of her torso was blacked out. She had the metal implants along the top of her head to give her ridges.
So there was,
And I was like, wow, that's a
I don't know what her name is, but I saw her walking around the Philadelphia convention. Um, she was almost completely blacked out, had like fangs. She looked like an alien.
right.
All kinds of implants on her head and facial area, all kinds of piercings and stuff like that. I mean, and that's why she was there. Like she was an attraction. Call me crazy, but that's too much.
Right.
But that's my own opinion.
Same.
Look, dude, if you want to do that, have at it, Hoss. I'm not going to tell you. Like, just like there's other things that people do in this world that I'm not going to tell you. That's none of my business, dude. Whatever you do is your business. I only worry about this little box right around my feet, dude. That's what all I worry about. That and my family. That's it. That's all I can control. Everything else is just like, whatever. I
So-
mean, you know.
So Jesus told me to get rid of his tats, huh?
Yeah, so
I was thinking it was either going to be Jesus or a woman.
yeah, well, I think that's part of it as well. So this Instagram said he couldn't get work, blah blah blah. Following his most tattoo removal procedure, alongside a snap of one he was covered in ink, he revealed that it was his 5th procedure, and he had been performed free of charge at Hello Tattoo Studio in France de Roca, San Paulo. The tattoo studio said Souza lost his self-confidence after going to prison, suffering from drug addiction, and living on the streets in a caption video that he did recently. It's important to remember that tattoos don't define character, the studio captioned in the video. What transforms a life are choices, effort, and determination to move forward. In this process, tattoo removal is merely a reflection of a much larger internal change that helps align the external image with the new identity being constructed. He said, when we hear Leonardo say dignity has been restored, we understand that our work goes far beyond aesthetics. So this guy is saying that, you know, he's revealed that it could take up to 8 sessions to remove all of his tattoos. He applies ointment and ice post session, while also swearing that physical exercise benefits the procedure. I don't know how that happens, but whatever. I mean, not that we're the shape of talking about any exercise. Anyway,
So this brings up an interesting point that a friend of mine, our friend, Mike and I were talking about the other day.
okay,
He lived in New Mexico and he ran into a lot of guys that were affiliated with people that become heavily tattooed
okay,
and whose tattoo work has this specific purpose of being intimidating. Like that's what it's for. They're not, it's not like the Dragon Girl at the Philadelphia convention who did the body alteration.
right,
And we have to consider that part of tattooing, that part of tattooing still exists, right? That there's people that still get tattooed specifically to say, I'm an outlaw, I'm part of this, I'm part of that,
right,
I'm a criminal. You know what I mean?
right.
Not everybody,
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, I think that there's still going to be, as much as we think that tattoos are mainstream now and there's so many people have them and blah, 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 there's still going to be those people out there that are going to get tattooed because they want to be the outlaw, the outsider.
They want it to be seen and known.
Right. So they're the ones that are going to go maybe to the level that we're tattooed.
Right.
Right. They're going to be the people that are sleeved, possibly faces done, whatever. But when you go into the level of like that guy with, I mean, Justin and I were talking about this, and we're going to go back to the picture real quick just so I can show you all what I'm talking about. So when you go to that level, I can't even fathom how painful that must have been to get that around your eyes. A, tattooed, and then B, removed. Also, not only does he have other obviously areas that are super painful, but like the tip of your nose, god damn, dude. Like, have you ever?
Well, the shaman just got the sides of his nose done.
Yeah, yeah. But so like I've had my nose broke, but like when you get bonked on the tip of your nose, somebody punches you or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and you get
I've
hit,
been punched in the face.
and you get that instant eye water. Like I can't even fathom what the dude's going through. A, to get that tattoo to begin with, and then now knowing that tattoo removal is pretty much, from what you've told me and what other,
It's excruciating.
it's way more painful than getting tattooed. So, man, the dude's going through hell in a handbasket just to get all that shit removed, the dude. And like, hey, man, I get it. I understand why he wants to do it, especially if he's saying it's impacting his work.
So, I mean, to be honest with you, if I saw that guy on the street, I would think he was banging.
Yeah,
I would think he was.
yeah, like it's in some type of affiliation with
Yeah.
whatever. I agree 100%. But when you're on that level of, getting that much ink done on your face and stuff like that, like I'm assuming at this point, just by looking at this picture, that they didn't do any of the scalp area. I'm assuming that he just grew his hair in, and that's that. Because I don't know what it's like to get tattooed on my scalp, but I know from being somebody that shaves their head, I've gotten sunburn on the top of my head to the point where it bubbled. And I tell you what, dude, that was bad. Like, literally go jump in the shower and have that water even just touch your head. Brutal.
So, I would say 10, 15 years ago, a buddy of mine who was a tattooer out of D.C., he went and he took the laser removal course down in Arizona. And his idea was that when he was seeing laser removal done by non-tattooers, it either didn't work
right.
or it was so brutal that it just left scars. So he was at the Philly convention, and word got around that for $200, he was a trained laser technician. He would give you a laser session. So, but the catch was no pain cream because
Yeah.
So I go up and I get the removal session done on the back of my head. I have a tattoo on the back of my head, dude. I come out of the room. I take the elevator to the lobby of the hotel, and I'm almost out on my feet.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, I just thought I was like how I am. I was like, oh, I'm fine. It's cool. I'll get a glass of water.
Yeah, but what convention was that me and you were at, and you got them to do like the side of your face?
Not Pagoda, but
I don't remember which one it was, but
Yeah.
you took that like a champ, dude.
Yeah.
Unless you were crying like a little bitch underneath and didn't say nothing.
Nope.
Yeah, all right.
So, and the other removal story, don't try this at home. This was a very stupid thing my friends and I did. I had a buddy named Vinny who had his throat done and the sides of his neck. And Vinny became involved in building cell towers.
Okay.
And as he's moving up in the tech company, it's becoming a hindrance. This, again, is we're talking 10, 15 years ago. So he goes down to Philadelphia, and the only laser removal place wants like $4 to $7 grand to do the removal on his neck.
It's not cheap.
So Vinny decides he's going to send to China for a laser. And he gets his own laser, but he didn't have any training, right? So he practices on himself a little bit. And like I said, kids, do not try this at home. He comes out to the shop and he's like, hey, man, you got any work you don't like? I'm like, yeah, I got some stuff I don't like. He goes, you mind if I practice on you? And I'm like, you want to practice on me with the laser? He's like, yeah. Uh-huh. All right, bro.
Thank you for the super chat, Chris Hawkins. Jag said he can be glad it was only black.
Yes. Yes,
Because
absolutely.
weren't there girls from Removery saying that like
Colors are
purple and red were like the worst to get rid
Yeah.
of? Mm.
worse.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Why don't we say hello to some of these folks that are hanging with us tonight?
Nobody likes that story. Nobody likes the we practiced laser on ourselves story.
Yeah, sure. We got Luz hanging out with us, Fat Cracker, moderator Nikki. Sarah is on her date. She's probably gone by now. She better be gone by now. I mean, she's on a date, dude. We got Scott.
Who is this guy? Would we approve of this guy
Right. We need pictures and we need approval letters.
right now?
Scott Force hanging out with us. Drag hanging. Stephen Street. We got Tom. Tom's in. What's up, Tom? He just said, oh, yeah, Justin, I followed you on TikTok. It's really good.
Thanks, buddy.
Who else do we have here hanging out with us tonight? I saw somebody else Chris Hawkins hanging with us. We got Irish. Irish is hanging with us. Irish has been going strong on YouTube, man. You know what? You weren't on Wednesday night. So Irish is a tattoo artist. He's a veteran military guy, and he's been tattooing for 2 years. He did a cool little video on Stony St. Clair, and he actually tagged me on it. So it showed up on my feed, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I couldn't figure out what it was, and he actually put, at Tattoos and Review in the thing. And he's eating up history, man, like as much as he can get his hands on.
Good.
And he's been going through, the playlist and making comments, so he's been really into it. He's got his own little thing going on, and it's Irish GIP, so Irish Gip 71 is his YouTube page. Go check him out, folks. Scott Force said, nose is the worst I have ever felt, and I'm very tattooed, let's say. Y'all, it was like getting punched in the face.
Dude, and I gotta say, I've tattooed the sides and bridge of a nose before. Whoever tattooed that on Scott did a really, really good job.
Yeah, so
that was not easy tissue to tattoo.
If you don't mind, Scott, I'll actually bring that up next week, man. I'd like to have everybody see what we're talking about. He does a really badass tribal pattern. He said, I had my neck and hands lasered right after 9/11. It was horrible and just scarred me horrible. I was at Recenter, the corpse, and they didn't come off enough. Long story short, my son is redoing my neck. There you go. So actually, let me go back to this picture real quick, just so you can see, guys. Like, this is this dude's face after one of the sessions, man. Like, look how like blowed up his face is. I can only imagine how painful that is. It's just, I actually saw a documentary on YouTube actually, where it was a guy that had a bunch of racist stuff getting removed. And, he basically, I think the one time he was getting stuff done on his face, he, like, passed out. And then another time, like, he just started bawling. So I think the documentary is probably, like, 10 years old. So it was the old style. Like, I think now it's a little different.
Yeah, the lasers have improved.
Yeah, so it was probably a lot more painful.
But the common misconception with tattoo removal with lasers is that it's going to be a blemish-free, complete removal, and I really think that that's the exception more than the rule. I mean, I think when it's like numbing cream. People come to the shop all the time thinking that numbing cream is like they think it's anesthesia, and I have to explain to them that even if you use numbing cream, it just takes the edge off. It doesn't.
It's not going to remove all of it.
Yeah, it's not going to remove all.
So
the
that's
sensation.
because they read these bullshit reviews on numbing creams and all this other stuff, where they're paying all these bots to be like, "Oh, I got this and I didn't feel anything," and that's just not the case, dude. I mean, if it got rid of all the pain 100%, they would use lidocaine for every procedure.
Right.
Think of that. There would be no reasons to have any
anesthesia,
any type of anesthesia or any type of numbing, injections. if lidocaine worked, they would literally just put it on your gum, drill out your teeth, and you'd be good to go. Which we all know is not the case. So lidocaine's only going to help so much. Stephen Street did have a good question, and you might be able to answer this better than me. Does the quality of the ink make a difference in removal or age even?
So from what I understand, the old pigmented inks are easier to remove than the polymer-based inks because of the difference in the processes in the dermis.
Right. So with the old pigments, it's little nuggets of
Right. So
molecules.
it's actually carbon. It's actually carbon in the cells
Right. So
that's being targeted and destroyed.
right when the laser hits those little molecules, it's blowing them up,
Right.
dissipates them into nothingness.
Whereas the polymers have a different. I don't exactly understand the complete chemical process of the polymer inks, but as I understand it, they actually dye the skin versus set pigment in the skin.
Right.
That's why they're so bright.
Right.
So that's a harder thing to get rid of.
So just so you know, Chris Hawkins just said, and I'm loving Justin's social media posts. So there you
Oh,
go.
thanks, guys. That's Kelly. That's Kelly. Kelly's young.
So Scott Force just said, honestly, it falls on the tattoo artist that applied the original tattoo. We know better. You tattoo when your face is tattooed. I guess he's talking about the work he got done on the side of his nose. Drag said it's banned in Europe. We can't use it in shops. So they can't do laser removal in shops. Numbing cream he's talking
They
about.
can't use numbing cream? Big ups to Europe, man.
Yeah, so there you go.
And I wonder how much that also has to do with the quality of the removal versus the quality of the tattoo itself. Obviously, if you got a stick and poke, it's going to remove easier than if you have a professional tattoo.
Not necessarily.
But what's the difference between having like a really well done, well executed professional tattoo versus an amateur?
So, maybe, right? But from
I'm not talking about good stick and pokes, dude. I'm talking about stick and pokes.
from what the lady at the removery told me, because remember I had talked to her about possibly getting the one on the apprentice did on my leg 20 years ago. That's still dark as the dark can be.
Who thinks that Buck should cover up his leg with a big Grim Reaper?
Negative.
Come on.
But she said that probably would take multiple sessions in order to get rid of, because it's, obviously the dude went super, super deep too.
What do you think about lightening it to give you more options?
So I actually thought about that when I was in London and I was at Lau Hardy's shop. Lau Hardy's, it's not Mang, it's the other girl that tattoos, and I'm sorry I forgot your name if you ever see this. The other girl that tattoos for Lau, the other tattoo artist, she did, I think, she said 2 sessions on this lady's upper shoulder area of this like beige color. She called it nude, was the color.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that she found that doing that was the best way to do the type of cover up she was doing. She was doing like one of them, almost like a mandala kind of design.
Do you remember the green soap thing? Remember when we were using the green soap?
I remember green soap, yeah.
No, when we were doing. So when I first started tattooing in the late '90s, somebody came up with the idea of tattooing green soap directly into the skin.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Not undiluted green soap, but just like
Yeah, but did it do anything?
if it's scabbed, yeah, it would pull out ink. I don't know whether it works super well or not, but I mean I knew a bunch of guys that did it, swore by it.
So Stephen Street just asked a question. So young kids getting too much too soon now will have issues with removing work later on. It is definitely possible. There is some types of tattoos, whether they're colors, that are never going to go away 100%. Matter of fact, I think they even said that on the article. Like one of the guy's tattoos, they said that they don't know if it's ever going to go away. It'll lighten it up to where maybe it looks like a tiny birthmark, but it won't be gone.
So I had brought this up to Buck before we started. The best tattoo removal I ever saw was I had a client who had gotten work done by a plastic surgeon in Princeton, New Jersey, and she paid. I mean, so obviously it's a really good plastic surgeon based on the community where it is, and I think she had said that she had paid $35,000 to get the removal done.
Yeah.
But it was like, I mean, it was unblemished.
Yeah, but she also went to a plastic surgeon, so
Right.
I'm assuming that they,
Do you think they removed something from somewhere else?
No. What I'm saying to you, though, is because they're plastic surgeons, they're really, really thorough.
Right.
It's not like, going to the shop around the corner that does laser removal, and they're just like, we'll do it the best we can and pat you on the ass and say, we tried.
Right.
Like a plastic surgeon's going to go full tilt.
But I mean, it was beautiful.
Scott Force just made a very, very valuable comment. Listen up, folks. Young people out there that are thinking about getting crazy tattoos. It would not be necessary without the shit non-thought out tattoos. So that's in reference to Stephen Street's comment about young kids having to worry about it. Justin and I talk about this a lot. That you got to think it through, man. Like there's a whole reason that we always said tattoos are forever.
I mean, and that was the point, right?
Right. This whole new, I can get this shitty tattoo and we'll just laser it off later. It's maybe if you're lucky. There's people out there that are walking around with like some wonky ass little marks on them because they couldn't get rid of it. So just what happens if you got one of them shitty, non-politically correct tattoos? I was trying to think of a word to use, and you go, hey man, I changed my ways and I want to get that removed, and then you can't. Well, you're a scumbag for getting it in the first place. So there you go.
Can I tell the story about the Reaper with the flag robe?
No.
Even if I'm oblique about it?
No. Moving on. Kids under 25, face and hands cover. The person that does this has zero moral compass. Yeah, so Justin's talked about that before. Like, back in the day, most tattoo artists wouldn't even do your face or hands if you didn't already have sleeves and, or were very well tattooed.
Yeah, so I do it on a case-by-case basis. If you're heavy and you come in and you're tattooed a certain way and you're obviously living a certain lifestyle,
then you'll think about tattooing their face.
Then I'll tattoo where they want to get tattooed.
I don't know when this happened, but I'm going to say maybe 10 years ago it started to happen where the people started to get what you and I would call fake sleeves. So these young kids would walk into tattoo shops and they would get from here down tattooed, from here up tattooed, making it look like they were covered. And in reality, they would take their shirt off and they would look like they were wearing mittens and a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Or not a turtleneck. A dickie. Weren't they called a dickie? Where it used to be like a fake turtleneck they used to put on underneath a sweater.
Like an ascot?
No, it was called a dickie, dude. It was like a fake. Man, you're going to make me look it up now. Hold on.
Oh, I can
An ascot is a...
that's what Fred from the Scooby Gang wore, right?
Yeah, an ascot is a is a scarf. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find one because we used to call them dickies, but
who dug the reference? Who dug the Scooby Doo reference?
I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to stop sharing. I was trying to find this. This is the closest thing I could find to it, so bear with me, folks. Yeah, we'll do this one. There you go. That's a dickie, I think. Sorry, I need to blank out on you, folks. Dickie's accessory. There you go. That is a Dickie.
That looks like a bandana.
So that's what I'm saying. I can't find the exact, but in the 70s and 80s, for rich preppy type people, they would wear like a regular like sweater or whatever, and they would have this stupid thing you would pull over your head. It would look like a turtleneck, and it would have a flap here and a flap on the back, so it looked like you were wearing a big turtleneck sweater, but you were only wearing the turtleneck. So for whatever, I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, we're talking about the 70s and 80s, man. People were wearing all kinds of stupid shit. Christ, they were wearing platform shoes.
I like people that wear platform shoes.
Well, they're usually dancing around a pole and getting dollars thrown at them, but
bang,
ding. Anyway,
Coming down the spiral staircase.
Yeah, so that was, I don't know where the hell I was going with that whole Dickies conversation, but yeah,
I gotta say,
Chris Hawkins said it's a turtleneck without the shirt. There you go.
At first, I thought you were talking about Dickies. I was like, what were you talking about, cholos?
No, not like the work pants. Yeah, an ascot is like a scarf or handkerchief.
I think the first media figure I saw with really ridiculous, irresponsible facial tattooing was 69.
The rapper?
The rapper? Yeah, wasn't his face all goofy covered and he had like chiclet teeth or something?
I don't know, dude.
But
I never understood that whole thing anyway, man. Like,
but he was the first one I saw where I was like, that is completely,
I gotta be honest with you, man. The first time I saw Jelly Roll, dude, I was like, what? First off, I was like, I can't believe that dude's white. And then second of all, I couldn't believe he had all of them like crazy tattoos, like, to lick 'em and stick 'em. He looked like a sticker book.
Dude, yeah, Jelly Roll looks like my cousin, man.
Dude, the greatest, because the NFL is just getting ready to start. The greatest Super Bowl commercial was the Cheetos commercial this year, where they were talking about how like Cheetos or whatever made you like lose your mind or whatever, forget your memory or whatever, and they showed Jelly Roll eating the Cheetos, and he walks in the bathroom, he's like, "Hey, who tattooed my face?" There you go. We need to fix Jelly Roll's tattoos. That's Scott Force just said that. I didn't say that. But
What do you think about? Doesn't Post Malone got some goofy shit on his face?
He's
too?
got a bunch of them too. But Grim, who tattooed that on me, or not Grim, he works at Grim. Ick Abrams, who did that on me. He got flown to Colorado to tattoo Post Malone's face. There's some other.
Yeah, there's others. Yeah,
Right, a couple of them anyway. But he paid him to fly out there to do tattoos.
nice.
Paid him for the weekend. Crazy, right? I mean, Ick's got his own style. Like, if you see that's his own design. Like, you see his stuff and you know right away that's Ick Abrams. I've had people actually stop me and go, "Yo, dude, that's Ick Abrams." And I'm like, "Yeah, you also did that too." So, not the flower, but that. We're going to get you to do some Japanese clouds or something around it
Nice.
eventually. I'm not really in the market for more tattoos right now. I'm kind of,
You know what I've been really digging lately is Japanese frogs. I want to do some frogs.
I saw one today, man, where it was talking about knee tattoos and how knee tattoos are stupid, and then all of a sudden it was a knee that was a frog on somebody's knee,
right,
and
so
then when they bent it, the thing
face,
kind of
yeah.
puffed out. It would actually look really cool.
Did you see the memes? The meme of the little kids in the mushroom circle, and they're looking at the ground and they're like, "Wow, they really do wear boots."
No, I don't understand.
Fairies Wear Boots by Black Sabbath.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you. Dude, I totally just right over my head with that one. But I got it.
So, speaking of Black Sabbath, I saw what Tool did at the Birmingham concert.
Yes. And
You know?
Are you finally
Okay.
going to give Tool props?
I mean, I'm
Are we
not-
going to have a historical
I don't
moment
know if I'm going to give
right
them props.
here
I'm just going to say,
on Two Fat Guys in a Tattoo Shop?
That-
Justin is finally going to give props to Tool.
that was pretty good.
I told you, dude.
That was pretty
You
good.
you see, you listen to music differently than I do.
Yeah, because you're musically intelligent, and I listen to Black Flag.
Well, I like all that stuff too, dude. But I listen to music, man. I pay attention to lyrics. I pay attention to the feel, the groove, dude. I literally spent last Saturday. I think her name is Ann Linwood. She is a professional organ player. I sat there on not this Saturday, just past the Saturday before, watching YouTube video after YouTube video of this chick who's a professor or a teacher in England, playing pipe organs at like, dude, she did this pipe organ solo at a Ministry of Sound concert. She played the pipe organ at the Royal Albert Hall. It gave me goosebumps.
Nice, dude.
So
You're musically intelligent.
but hold on. Now let me ask you. This is an honest to God question,
Okay.
because this is going to tell me what kind of person you are. When you listen to music, like a really good tune that you really, really like, do you ever get goosebumps?
Yeah.
Okay. If you said no, dude, we were going to... Because that's not normal.
So there's been, I can remember the first time hearing certain albums where it was like, not to be corny or whatever, like, but yeah, it was transcendental. I mean, it brought me to like a different place. That's the point of music.
And that's the point of Tool. You should really like... If you're going to listen to Tool, dude, you should listen to Tool, not hear Tool.
Do you know why I don't?
I feel like I'm having the conversation from White Man Can't Jump.
Do you guys
No,
know why I don't?
you listen, or you hear Jimi Hendrix. You don't listen to Jimi Hendrix.
Do you know why I don't listen to Tool? Can everybody figure out why? Because my best friend listens to Tool and loves them, and so I have to be a dick and be like,
I'm just saying, dude, it's the type of music that you can't be like doing something else. Like, you got to really like listen. At least the first couple times you listen to it, you got to put some headphones on, just sit back and enjoy the ride. It's just like really the way you should listen, or you should have listened to Pink Floyd the first couple times. You should put headphones on, sit back,
And take
and enjoy the
mushrooms?
ride. No, I'm not saying that I wasn't the first time I listened to Pink Floyd, but I'm just saying that's it's the same kind of thing. Where
Yeah.
you're, like, you gotta kind of feel it out, and then you can enjoy it later while you're doing dishes and cleaning your house or whatever. I don't know, dude. There you go. Steven Street just said you experience Tool.
So the two records that are the benchmarks for me when it comes to people with music is there's people that like Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys
Yes.
and All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. If you like those two records and you are musically mature, I do not like either one of those records.
Okay.
I'm just like, I like,
I'm definitely
dumb music.
I like Pet Sounds. I wouldn't say I like the George Harrison album.
Or what's it? Joy Division, the first Joy Division album, Closer.
Yeah.
That's another record where if you like that, it's a sign of musical maturity.
Do you like Yes?
No,
Never liked Yes.
other than their just main stuff. No.
Okay. What about Rush?
Yeah, everything up to the second live album,
Okay.
and then after that they lost me.
And you like Pink Floyd?
Yes, up to Wish You Were Here. The Wall was just too played out, and then whatever came after that, I don't know.
Okay. But
But like Uma and Pipers at the Gates. Another album like that is like Disintegration by The Cure. If you like or Sonic Youth, I think of people that like that kind of music. They're maturity. They have maturity in their musical taste. Whereas I like the Ramones.
okay. It's just a heavier version of Pink Floyd. It's the heavy metal version of Pink Floyd. So that's why it doesn't compute that you don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On that note, I hope you all have a safe, happy weekend. For you people in the United States,
Big up to the workers.
be safe. this evening if you decide to go out. Plenty of inebriated people driving, which makes it very unsafe. And try to enjoy your day off tomorrow. I do not have a day off. I'm actually doing the interview with Schwaggart. And if you haven't followed me on TikTok and you have TikTok, follow me on TikTok, please. Tattoos and Review. Also, Ensville Tattoo.
Ensville Tattoo.
There you go. Have a great week.
Stay safe, everybody.
See ya.